All right, so welcome B3. You got Jeff Beggins and Craig Beggins here. We are launching a brand new series actually today, and it's called What's Working in Real Estate. And what we're going to be doing is showcasing what's working in real estate, and at the same time we're going to be spotlighting things that need to be tweaked and kind of issues that are being faced from the agent level and broker level right now. So our first guest is Maria Macneil, who works here with Century 21 Beggins over in the Madeira Beach office. So welcome, Maria.
Thank you.
And you've got both Craig and myself here today, so we're going to have a little bit of fun. So let's talk about background, because this has been really kind of fun for me. I'm very proud of you, because what puts a big-ass smile on our face is watching agents progress, right? And put big-ass smiles on their faces, too. And it's the transformations was kind of cool for me, because I get a chance to coach with you personally here in this office.
Yes.
So what's happened over the last 3 years?
Let me jump in just for a second, because I'm the broker for the whole company. I don't get over here very often. But the one thing that stands out about Maria for sure is we offer coaching. We offer coaching to our agents, and so very few take advantage of it. But this girl has been religious. She copies me. I don't coach you, but I'm copied every week. And like clockwork comes a coaching sheet saying, these are my best buyers I'm working. These are my best sellers I'm working. These are the activities I did. These are the contacts I said I was going to make. These are the contacts I actually made. Yep. And every week it came through, and I kept watching, because I was watching them. I just wasn't talking to you because he was. It was amazing to see she was cycling through these people. So that consistency was just awesome.
Yep.
So for the audience, track yourself. If you're not being coached by somebody, track yourself at least.
That's right. And a lot of it was tracking herself for a while, because just by the fact of doing the coaching form and putting that information down holds yourself accountable along the way.
Yes.
So you should have somebody holding you accountable completely, but if you don't, at least you can hold yourself accountable. So, because we got people watching from literally all over the world now on this one, so no pressure for you on that one.
Thanks.
But what's fun for me is the turnaround, because if you go back to the 3 year ago version of Maria, who was in the best of all loving ways, I could say, you were a good agent, right? You're a normal agent, right? Great person, normal agent, not stellar production. You're kind of doing some deals in here. But one thing to me stood out a lot from a 3 year ago version was the amount of issues, right, that we were having with the transactions. Right. And so you see it sometimes. Issues come, deals blow up, buyers we have tough times with, sellers have tough times with. But when you start to see a pattern of bad deals, right, and bad clients, sometimes it's a function of mindset, right? And I know you and I worked a lot about this one, which I think is cool that we can actually talk, because I know there are a ton of people that are in the 3 year ago version of yourself right now. And so I'd love for you to kind of talk about what you noticed 3 years ago and kind of what steps we've been making and you've been making to bring you from then to now, when you're going to do 10 deals this quarter, which is on track to 40 deals a year, which is 10 times the national average of all real estate agents in the country. So huge turnaround on that.
Are you saying agents create their own problems?
I'm saying yes. I'm saying our mindsets create problems. And then remember, we always say people like people who are like themselves. And if you're in a funky mindset, you're going to attract funky people, right? And if you have negative thoughts, you're getting negative deals, and it just happens that way. Right. And I think when we called attention to that, a lot of things started changing. So from your perspective, to help the agents that are watching this one kind of recognize what it was and what kind of steps you took to go to what you are doing right now.
Well, I had a large life change at that point in time to begin with as well.
Yep.
And I was out of real estate for 4.5 years, so it took a while to get acclimated again as well.
Yep.
And protecting your clients was foremost important for me. So it made me nervous at times. So now I'm more relaxed, more acclimated. I get coaching from you and you as well. I just talked to you yesterday, like you said. And it goes smoother. I have a very, very strong work ethic. I'm in early, I work late. Whatever a client needs, I'm there for them.
Absolutely true.
Would you say that your expectations have changed?
My expectations...
Well, if you're expecting problems, you get problems. If you're expecting success, you get success.
My expectations are I am too hard on myself.
Right.
And that's also part of the reason why the 3 years ago was.
Yep.
Where now I'm quite a bit more comfortable, and it just flows freely so I can get more done and help more people.
what I'm very proud of is some of the mindset changes. And one of the biggest ones that I know I've been working on with you on this one is this change from scarcity mindset to abundant mindset. And we call you out on that a lot, right?
Yes.
And this is a big thing because most recently you just bought a new car,
Yes.
right? Which was fun because I remember we had fun with that little discussion because you were getting it fixed and it was costing you money.
You
had some
busted my
repairs.
chops for like 6 weeks, 6 months, I don't know.
Right. And what was I doing? What was I saying to you?
You text me back, get a new car.
Right. She's had great success, had some closings, got money in the bank, right? But she was still saving money to make sure that she had money, right? When you start saving money to make sure that you have money, it immediately sends a message to yourself that something's about to happen and you're not going to have money. So you better squirrel away everything that you have because crap's about to happen to you. So if you're walking around in that mentality about I need to save, I got to just repair my car. I'm not going to go buy a new one because what if something happens and I don't have enough? So that mentality just breeds throughout your whole life and your business. So we just said, would you just stop it? You have enough money right now. Get your ass out there. Go buy a new car.
And then she just told me she wants to pay off her 72-month payment in 24 months.
Right.
So that's a whole different mindset. That didn't happen to him a 3-year ago you.
No.
Right. And when you look at 10 pendings and right now, that changes your mindset. So rather than, okay, when these close, I have enough to last me for a year and a half. That used to be the type of mindset. But now it's, hey, if I did 10 this quarter, I'm going to do 10 next quarter. And then that goes into the next issue, which I think is going to be helpful too. Sources of business, right? Because let's just rattle off the sources of the business that you had. Let's just take as many as you can come off the top of your head. So where are these deals coming from? Let's go across the board for those watching.
Sphere of influence, people I know.
Okay.
Referrals from past deals. Recurring clients. Relocation department.
Yeah.
And another lead source. And I really haven't done any FSBOs or expireds. I mean, I'm still busy.
Right. And some farm.
Yep, my farm.
Right.
Yes.
So this is good and bad because we always joke about this and everything works, and you're a great example of everything works. Now here's the stress, and here's the problem with the everything works part is because where's the next one coming from? It's one of those 8 sources is going to produce another deal, but which of those 8 sources is going to produce the other deal? That sends you into a scramble in your mind when you're thinking before you go to bed, where's my next deal coming from? And you know it's going to come, but you don't know where from, so you kind of have a little bit of stress on your world versus thinking about how can I zero in and do it. And one of the things we're working on right now is what's the most favorite deal that you did in the last several months? What was that?
I think the townhome I sold in Clearwater Beach.
Okay, what about that one?
Beautiful townhome. It had a rooftop with the AstroTurf on it, the grill. It was just a rooftop luxury.
How much was that one?
$765.
Okay.
And they were buying it as a vacation income property.
Okay, cool. So that kind of helps make my point. Mm-hmm. So when you're going to get a commission check on a $765,000 townhouse, that experience is great, and the end of that transaction when it closes is really good. Now, what's the cheapest deal that you've done?
It closed this morning, $47,500.
Okay, so now this is real, and I want
You
everyone.
still buy something for $47,000?
And it doesn't have
55
wheels
and
on
over, condo. No years of ownership before renting out. My clients are investors. That's their 8th condo. We just closed on one for them 3 weeks ago, too.
it. So it makes it okay when they buy 8 of them.
Right.
But for $45,000 deal is not exciting, right? But one thing that you've done well is we kind of go through the mindset of if it comes to you, take it because you're supposed to have it, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not like you're going out hunting $45,000 deals, but when it comes to you and lands on your lap, you're going to take it and do something with it.
And they trust me. So they were in St. Augustine, and I found one. They said, okay, can we see it? So I FaceTimed them during the showing.
Perfect.
And
they
said,
bought
okay,
it.
go write
That's
it up.
trust. Sight unseen.
Right.
I've done a few of them that way in the past couple months.
Well, you should be proud of that because that really is them demonstrating
I ask them
trust.
if they have an iPhone or if they have an Android. If they have an Android, I do a dual call on Android. If they have an iPhone, I take my mini iPad and do FaceTime.
That's right. So what I like about it is you've learned this one because from a business, now put your business coaching hat on, right? What we want for you is your life to be stellar as quickly as you want it to be. And you get to goals faster with 765 deals than you do with $47,000 5, almost 10 times as fast, right? And more than that, 20 times. We got Google Math over here. So that's the deal. So one of the things we're working on is trying to be choosier on where she spends her time, right? Because when you're doing 10 deals, you no longer have to worry about making the payment, right? Now it's about designing your life and creating the business that's going to sustain yourself. And you're getting a lot of past and repeat business. And so the facts are, if you're dealing with $765,000 buyers, who are their friends?
Right.
$765,000 sphere that they have probably too. So when you're getting repeat and referral business, there's $700,000 deals rather than the $45,000 referrals. So when you have a choice to make, when you have 60 hours in a week that you're working, which you're working that or more right now, you get to pick and choose. So when we go back to what works best, we're going to change price points. So one of the things that we're working on now is doing fewer deals at a higher price to get a better outcome. You already know you can handle that volume. So when you get to the point, you can just substitute that volume with higher prices and everything's going to change dramatically.
Right.
And that's with farming and that. But that goes down to the biggest struggle we're having right now. Why don't you share everybody what it is?
Carving out time every day to do lead generation follow-up.
Okay. Now, this is funny because there was the last few months, she was not allowed to even say the word lead generation.
No.
Because I would tackle her, right? Because she had too many leads. Right? I mean, how many leads were you talking about? I mean, literally, you had how many pages full?
A lot.
Like-
I've got at least over 500 in my... Yeah.
So 500 leads, right? A lot of you watching are saying, give them to me, right? But that's the problem because you're like, oh, God, I haven't talked to Shirley in a month and a half. It's going to be embarrassing. I'm not even going to talk to her anymore.
Text her.
And then
No,
you
I
have
do.
400 of them, and then you're like, what am I going to do? So the worst thing she could do is get another lead because she's going to ignore that one too, right? So we went through, do not do anything except go through that entire lead database and just stir up some business because they're all on the 18 to 24 month buying timeline, and you're just going to put the ones that you found 18 months ago are ready now. The ones that 6 months ago are ready now.
So what happened when you did that?
Well, you mean the 50? 500?
Yeah.
I even do blasts because through Zap I can do that. So if I know I don't have enough time, at least I'm touching everybody. So like with the unique property that I have listed now, I made sure I sent it to everyone because you never know who might be looking for a property like that.
Little investment property on the beach.
Now, for
Yeah.
the benefit of those watching, did you stir up any business? by
Yes,
reaching out to
I
those
actually
leads?
had 5 people email me and ask me for more information.
That's awesome.
Right.
I was talking to a different agent yesterday, and I had them do the same thing, go through their old leads, and they were pissed because 6 people had already bought.
Oh, yeah.
They were in their database, were buyers, and they didn't stay in touch with them.
Yep.
Did you find any of that?
Nope,
Nope. Good.
because I do that every so often.
You're right. So
I
now
do,
it's
I do
part
at
of the-
least once a month. I do a blast.
So the biggest thing that I'm working on with her right now is time blocking and schedules. That's the biggest problem with probably 95% of the people, would you say?
Absolutely.
Because we have way too many things to do, and you have fires, you have emergencies that pop up all the time. You get a phone call right now on one of your deals. That's now the hottest thing you have in your world. You're going to go work with that one, even though one of your leads is good or all that stuff. So now it's about when are we going to do lead gen? When are we going to do follow-up? When are you going to take time to learn Remine? When are you going to do some market knowledge inventory? When are you going to farm? When are you going to do all the things that you need to do? When are you going to do your spas, your pricing and positioning for your current clients? When are you going to talk to your past clients? You got all of these tasks that need to happen now. And when the hell do you do it?
My
When-
head hurts.
Right? Yeah. And then you get fall into the trap of being here until 10 o'clock at night, which you are many times, which I don't like that you're here. Because you don't need to be. If we get strategic about the timing, then you could say, look, it is almost 11:30. We're going to block out from 11:30 until 1 right now. Nobody talk to me. I'm going into my zone, and I'm just going to do X.
Well,
And-
that's the discipline that needs to happen. And you have a Google Calendar with our campaigns. On Sunday, when you're taking your time to do your coaching form, block out time throughout the calendar. Those are sacred times, like you have a dentist appointment.
I actually did do it for next week on my calendar.
Good.
Right.
That's
So
the way to do it.
what she's doing consistently now is one new buyer sale, one new listing a week. Right. That's kind of been the trend right now, which is amazing business. Amazing business. So she can say no to a lot of stuff where you haven't been in the position to do that before. So now you say, look, I have time. These are my times. These are my schedules. So I'd love to show you property. I can see you Wednesday at 3 or Thursday at 1. Which one's better for you? Well, can you do 5:30? I really can't. How about 3 o'clock on Thursday? Okay. Now you filled your appointment schedule in because your appointment at 6 o'clock on Thursday is to go pour a glass of wine with your friends at a beach bar, right? That's an important time that you have to schedule out, and you can now you're good. You're a great agent. People will respect your time and calendar and will work around your time many times. Now, sometimes you make exceptions when you have to, but you need to block out what your real world is so you can actually have time.
That just brings up a funny time. Mr. Calendar here. We were somewhere. Where were we?
Oh God,
Naples?
I don't
I think
know.
we might have been in Naples at the Century 21 thing. And Jeff needed to schedule a doctor's appointment.
Oh.
So he called the doctor's office and said, "Hey, this is Jeff Beggins. I need to see the doctor. I'm thinking maybe Thursday at 2 is I have available." And he was totally serious when they did that. I said, "You know they're going to call you back and say, we've got an opening in October." But with your horseshoes, they probably said,
We
got
did.
it."
No, I got it. It's all with the downswing. It's how you actually communicated with it, which is also a lot of fun too, which I think is making a big difference that you're paying attention to now, is when you're dealing with your leads and your follow-up and your text and your email and your Facebook and your messengers and your all of your email blasts, you're starting to pay attention to, are they D personalities? Are they I's? Are they S's? Are they C's? Are they visual? Are they auditory? Are they kinesthetic? Which means you can now spend less time with each person because you get them quicker and you can connect with them a lot faster, which is getting your connection rates way there, so your deals happen faster.
Yeah.
Or they tell you the truth faster, which is almost as important to say, "Hey, Craig, listen, thanks for the follow-up, but it's going to be November until we can do anything because I've got something going on with my whatever," right? So at least they feel comfortable because they trust you, and
the
it's
key
all
factor
about
with as I listen to them, and I could see the picture being painted as they speak.
says the visual,
Yes.
right? So, but that's the fun part. So that's the challenge. She's got to know that she's primarily totally a visual person. So her tendency is to say, "Hey, when can we see our houses? Wait till you see this one. You're going to like it. It's just beautiful. Wait till you see it." So now she's conscious about it. So she's going to say, "Wait a second. Let me hit pause. Let me notice." So they say, "Hey, what can you tell me about this community? And talk to me about this." And now she could say, "Ooh, switch gears. I'd love to tell you about this one. What can we talk about? What can we do this?" And now they're like, "I like you." And now you get customers for life. So for those watching, what's the best takeaway advice you can give to an agent that is aspiring to get up to the 10 deal a quarter mark? What are the couple of keys to success that you've had that have got you onto this track right now for them?
Patient, take a deep breath, and just take as much as you can in. Ask advice, get coaching, and just keep on going. Don't let anything trip you up.
Keep on going. That is the name of the game.
Spoken like a true New Yorker.
That's right. Yeah, but the patience part is tough for the New Yorker. The slow down patience is really
Yeah, the
difficult.
patience I have an issue with sometimes.
Yeah. And it's awesome. So anyway, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job, and you are an extremely hard worker. And hopefully that brought some value to you watching. And that's awesome. So you can find you on Facebook, Instagram.
We'll do more.
Yeah. Thumbs up, content, comment. Tell us what you guys like, and we will continue bringing what's working in real estate to you guys. So thank you, Maria.
You're welcome. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
Great
you.
day. Thanks for watching, guys.